What is going on? Real estate is one of those topics that people don't really pay attention to unless they're actively pursuing the purchase of a house or the sale of a house. Other than the real estate professionals that are in it every day and paying attention to the stuff on the daily happenings, people don't really think about it all that much. But of course, being a homeowner is a big deal, and chances are your house is going to be the most expensive thing you ever purchase or the most expensive thing you ever own. So with that being said, you should probably know what factors actually affect the value of your house, and kind of just so you can have a little bit of an outlook on what to expect and how the real estate market kind of works, and again affects your actual price of your property, of what you could get for it once you purchase it. So when it comes to buying or selling a house, knowing the factors that actually determine what the house is worth is crucial to know, and there's three major ones. So we're going to dive into those three right now. So factor number one is going to be the biggest one, the one that you've probably heard the most, and kind of just the one that goes when you hear real estate, you hear location, location, location. And the reason being is because once you buy a house, you can't move the location. That's the one thing you are completely stuck with. So this, of course, has some factors of what the price is actually determined to, because if you're in a better town, well, guess what? It's going to be worth more. Taxes might be more and all that stuff, but again, you're getting closer to amenities, you're getting better schooling, chances are. You probably are closer to hospitals. There's a reason you're paying more for the same house in a different area. It's because that area is actually better. And again, this can actually be a big difference from like town to town in the same state, where again, the schools and the amenities are probably the biggest factors with that. But of course, it's also a thing across the whole country. I mean, a $350,000 house here in New Hampshire, depending on where you buy, could be 1 to 1.2 million over in California, because guess what? California's a whole different market. People mainly live over there because of the weather. That's one of their most important things, and they just like the California lifestyle. I think it's absolutely absurd to be paying over $1 million for anything less than 1,000 square feet, but hey, location, location, location. Factor number two is a super simple one to understand, and it is size and condition. So with this one, I don't really need to go into a ton of depth on this. It's pretty simple. The size and the condition is going to have a massive effect on the actual value of your house. Just because you have a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 4,000 square foot house doesn't mean it's worth a ton of money. If it's run down and hasn't been lived in for 5 years and everything needs to be redone, well, guess what? It's probably not worth as much as a move-in ready 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. So of course the size and the condition actually matters. You have to pay attention to that. And that's one big thing I feel like homeowners, I just want to throw this in, is like, I feel like once homeowners buy the house, it's one of those things that just kind of goes by the wayside. And people, when you live in a house, almost it's like you come there every single day and you just walk past those little things that you know needs to get fixed, but you don't want to fix it because it doesn't actually affect you. Trust me, I am horrible with this. I have these little things that would literally, I painted this whole place when I moved in over a year ago. There's still outlets without outlet covers because I just have to go buy them. It's $1 outlet cover at a store I go past 7 days a week. I haven't got it because it doesn't actually affect anything I do personally. But it's just those little things. So don't let your house just go down in condition once you buy it, because it's, again, one of those things that like slowly slips. And again, this could be like deteriorating stuff or not cleaning gutters, those little things that can add up and become a big expense if you don't pay attention to them. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button, as I do come out with weekly real estate related videos. Now back to the video. And this last factor, factor number three, is the one that is probably most out of your control, and you kind of just have to put up with what it is. And that is factor number three, market demand. This one is, again, out of your hands. But simply what market demand is just supply and demand in the housing market. If there is more demand than there are houses listed, prices are going to go up. If there's more houses listed than people wanting to buy those houses listed, prices are going to go down. It's that simple, and you have no control over it. Nobody has any control over it. Well, I suppose the government might with the interest rates and all the stuff they do. But me being an agent, I don't have any control over it. The lender doesn't have any control over it, and you don't. When you go to buy a house, You just have to put up with the market. If it's a high market, how bad do you want the house? You don't have to buy a house. No one's ever forcing you to buy a house, but when you do buy it, the market you buy in is the market you get. And of course, when you go to sell, like it or not, that's the market you're selling in. Now, one nice thing is, both of these, you can kind of wait and go whenever. But just remember, you're probably never going to hit that perfect peak or that perfect drop. You just aren't. Now, you can make out good and you can make out bad, but just understand, like, it's one of those things. You're never going to time the market, because time in the market always beats timing the market, as they say. So just understand that going into it, that this factor, you have no control over. Now, again, yes, you can decide when you want to sell, when you want to buy, but if that has to happen and you don't really have a choice, well, you're buying in that market, whether it be a seller's market or a buyer's market, you're buying. So these are the biggest three factors that determine the value of your house. I think you should definitely know them. Whether you're looking actively to buy or sell, I think it's just something you should be aware of in case something happens, or maybe you have more equity in your house than you know and you could refinance and benefit off of it. Go invest in some more rental properties, or go invest in something and do something with that money. But just knowing what affects your house's price is pretty important, because again, this is probably the biggest thing that you've ever bought, because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, and either you're going into 30 years worth of debt for it and 30 years of payments, or you're buying this really big thing cash, and you probably want to know what affects that price. So these are the three things. Again, factor number one, location, location, location. Factor number two, size and condition. And factor number three, market conditions and market demand. And again, that one, it is what it is. So I hope this video was helpful. And if you got any good insights out of it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I will catch you guys next week with another real estate related video.